Hi, it's Athena. It is week 4, and I am here to talk to you about 4.7 individual activities. I have not done them. I am hoping that I do not have a green screen when I attempt to do these in front of you and show you. Also, if you see me looking down, I have a notebook here that I have taken some notes on as I read the text here. I'm one of those people that does better if I write things down for memory wise. All right. So, starting with the first one, it says using neutral language. Restate each argument using neutral language and keep the same meaning. Don't worry if it's a good argument or not. Then state the value claims for each argument. I'm going to go ahead and pause that. You can see that I haven't done it yet to have an effort of saving time, and then I will read the answers that I get for you. Okay, I am back. The very first one is those disgusting, horrid video games cause an increase to the violent behavior of our young people. It's this barbaric behavior that leads to murder and mayhem. I say that we ban children under the age of 18 from buying or playing these wretched video games. So, rewriting this using language that is neutral, I wrote, let's see, hopefully you can see this way. Okay. Video games cause an increase in violent behavior of young people. We should ban children under 18 from buying or playing them. The value claim I wrote down was that video games are bad to play. The next paragraph here states that bootleg music CDs should be legal because the artists are greedy multimillionaires who rip off hardworking adults and kids who don't have a lot of money. Besides, it's less pollution because there will be less CDs tossed into the dump. So, replacing this, taking out the emotional language and making it neutral, I put music CDs are expensive and cause people to spend a lot of money. If you download music, it's also better for the environment. The value claim being that music CDs are costly and cause pollution. So, that's page 114. Moving on, I believe I can kind of do this one as I talk right here. Number 2, testing for ambiguity and vagueness. Decide if there's a problem in the following statements or headlines. If there is, then indicate whether a problem in each statement, headline, or ad is due to ambiguity or being vague, and then identify the problem word or phrase. The first one is a majority of the 270 electoral votes is required to elect the President of the United States. I do believe that there is a problem in this one, and the results are for it as, okay, got my pen here, problem and ambiguity. And I believe the word for the problem or the issue that gives it the ambiguity is the majority. There is no majority. You have to have at least 270 votes. Okay, moving on. Let's see. B, everyone in Congress is rich. I also believe that this has a problem, and my reasoning for this is that it is vagueness, and that because who is everyone, and what exactly is rich? What is the line for richness? Is it $100,000? Is it $500,000? What is the statement that would indicate that you are rich? The next one is C. USPS posts 5 billion loss. Again, I did say that this was an issue. It has a problem. And my reasoning for this is that, I think it's vagueness. I'm going to mark this down here. Again, I think it's vagueness. And it's because, are we talking about posts on the internet that are causing a $5 million loss? Is it the post office that's causing a $5 billion loss? Is it, $5 worth of mail that is lost? I mean, it could be anything. So it's, in my opinion, vague. Moving on to the next one. This is D, and this one is lack of brains hinders research. Again, I believe this is a problem, and again, I'm going to say that it is. I'm going to go with ambiguity, because ambiguity is a lack of clarity due to a word. So, what is the lack of brains? Is it because the people are not smart enough? Do they not have enough brains on the project to make it work properly? I guess this also could be vagueness then. Tough call. I'm looking at my my notes, and I have vagueness written down as how much is more. What it could be a range of interpretations, and I wrote down as ambiguity. I can't if I can pronounce that word properly. Lack of clarity due to a word or statement. Yeah, I'm going to go with the original and just say it's ambiguity. Okay, next one is E, dog for sale. Eats anything and is specifically fond of children. I also believe that this one has a problem. And I'm going to go with vague because you said it eats anything. Does it eat the children? Does it eat plants? Does it eat furniture? So yeah. Next is F. I think Maria spends an excessive amount of time texting her friends. Again, I think this also falls in line with B, as it is vague. And what deems excessiveness? At what is the line? Is there somewhere written down that what is deemed excessive? If it's 5 hours, 10 hours, 2 hours, what is excessive? So again, it is a problem with vagueness, and the word there was excessive. All right, so that was page 115. Oops, page 115. Okay, so moving on, we are on to this page here, the headlines. And this one says, provide 2 alternate meanings for each headline. Then choose the one that you think is the most probable and why. So here's the first one. Lawyers back despite use of bug spray. And then the other one on the bottom is, police seize 14 elephants with fake IDs. I'm going to go ahead and pause this, and I'm going to write down my answers, and then I'll review them to save some time. Okay, so I'm back, and here are the answers that I have written down. I apologize if you can't read my handwriting. I usually type everything because I really do have terrible, terrible handwriting. My first one that I came up with, lawyers are blood-sucking and keep coming back despite using bug spray. Seems a little logical. The second one is lawyers returned to the building when it was sprayed for bugs. The most probable choice was number 2, and I believe that's because a building, is possible to have bugs in it and not have lawyers actually suck blood out of people. The next one is, okay, police seize 14 elephants with fake IDs. My conclusions that I came up with was, number 1, elephants have fake IDs. And the second one, police seize 14 elephants where owners have fake IDs. My choice was number 2, for obvious reasons that elephants don't carry an ID. So, nonetheless, moving on to the last section here. Name the doublespeak. Indicate whether the italicized words or phrase is an example of euphemism, jargon, or inflated language. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed reading this portion in the book. Although I did get stuck a couple times and have to review my notes to make sure that I was getting the correct one. I did have a portion where I was getting euphemism and inflated language mixed up, but I think I have it written down now where I understand it. So I'm putting my notes over here as well. Okay, so A is teachers are classroom facilitators. As much as I do love this phrase, it is definitely inflated language. Inflated language is where you take everyday things, and you make them seem more important. And my thought process on this is I think of the word secretary, and to make that seem more prominent or authoritative, it would be administrative office assistant or administrative management assistant, something like that, when it's a secretary. So that was A. I just marked that down right there. All right, the second one is, in every war, there's considerable collateral damage. I know that this one is euphemism. And with euphemism, you are trying to say something in a tactful way. And I think about this, I think it was actually an example in the book here where you would say, instead of a dog is dead, you would say a dog has passed on or a dog has passed away. It's just a nicer, more gentler way to say the information. And I believe the word gentler was actually in the book. C, show this here, okay. C, my mom went to the powder room. Again, this is another euphemism. Powder room is another way of saying went to the bathroom, went to the John, went to the porta potty, went to the toilet. Again, just a nicer way of saying it. All systems are go, and we have liftoff. This is definitely jargon. And I know that jargon is something when we have specialized people speaking to other specialized people. They have a specific language where other people who are not in that specific field would understand. The example I can think of this is that my husband is in the Marine Corps, and they use a lot of acronyms for things like NSO, which is non-commissioned officer, and they'll throw that out there. Or CO is the commanding officer, or XO is the second in command. And if you are not in the military, you wouldn't really know those acronyms. So again, it would be jargon. So all systems are go, and we have liftoff, again, would be jargon. That's what I put there. And then E is Sam, what did the officer mean when she radioed taking a code 7? Again, this is also jargon, and it's that taking a code 7. I am not a police officer in any way, nor do I understand what taking a code 7 is. So, F, customer, where will I find emergency exit lights? And then I read this, and I thought, are they talking about the exit signs when you leave the room? And then I read the next sentence where the clerk says, oh, flashlights are on aisle 7. So obviously that is also inflated language there. It's just a nicer way of saying flashlights is emergency exit lights. Definitely interpreted a completely different way. So all right, well, that's all I've got, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope to keep it short and sweet, and thank you for your time. Bye-bye.